And I think for this time, I'm just gonna kind of give it to you guys straight on episode battles, which is a weird take on story mode.
Let's take a peek.
I know that some people have said that episode battles is like some amazing thing and crazy and what other kind of hype they want to give to it, but honestly, I think this version or their take on story mode is kind of the weakest. It is kind of cool though that you do get to play as specific characters. So for example, if you do Goku throughout the story, and it starts from, at least for Goku's arc, it starts from the Saiyan Saga all the way up to Tournament of Power. As far as I know, there is no GT version for the arc, so I don't know how you unlock the GT characters. I'm just gonna Google it at this point. But you do get to play as Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, Piccolo, Future Trunks, Frieza, and Goku Black. So that's kind of a cool thing to be able to play as the villains. But I haven't started Frieza or Goku Black yet, so I'm not sure if this is where the craziness or the hype is coming from. Because, and I'll just use Goku as an example. The what-if scenarios, it's very basic. And here you look at the map, and it kind of, you can see here what's linear and what leads you off into the what-ifs. And honestly, the what-ifs are very basic. Let's see, so here's a what-if. And you can see here on the right side it says wear down Majin Buu. This is when Goku's Super Saiyan 3. So I think to actually achieve this, you have to actually beat Majin Buu. And then when you do that, I think the story just ends there very abruptly. And it's not even a good ending. It's just, you'll see, I'm sure that you've seen other videos already at this point. But they aren't even actual full-length cutscenes. I'll just go to where I am right now. So I'm still in Goku Saga, so right now we're fighting the... What was it? Universe... Is this like Universe 5 or something? I can't remember. This is the cutscene, that's it. Then it transitions into what looks like a slide. And then it gives you some subtitles to read. It's very lazy in my opinion.
Blossom and let us sing out the song of love and victory.
See, why is this...
To transform.
Why is this voiced, but yet they don't show the cutscene? It's just a still image. How about you show 17 interrupting their transformations?
Thunder of the wild and the roar of love. Kakunsa, the strike of love with dreams
See?
and magic.
This is so lazy.
May our feelings
Find their way to you.
Skip it. It's not even worth showing. That is literally the cutscenes for these for episode battles.
What's that weird smell?
She must be using this to hypnotize people. How is our team?
Otherwise, it does go back into more of your standard 1v1s, although there is some team stuff. But even on some of the ones where you have an ally to fight with, it just won't let you it won't let you trying to focus on the fight. It's not going to let you switch to that teammate. So I don't know how to actually do it unless I'm doing something wrong. But I have never been able to actually use my teammates in the episode battles, at least where they're available to use. Just go full power. Just go behind her. Spam it.
Where do you think you're at?
That should be it. The ults are really good though. Some of the best looking ults I've ever seen since Raging Blast 2. That right there reminds me of Raging Blast 2 when you get hit by an ultimate.
Are you okay? You need to take a break.
Okay, so I didn't know this was a team battle.
You had to knock out Nicole and Kakusa too. I
Do I have teammates?
Hey! It wasn't me who interrupted
No,
your
I don't have
transformation.
teammates.
But it doesn't matter. I'll take you on anyway. Here it goes. Take this.
Yeah, these episode battles are also a little bit vague as when it lets you know that you're going to be fighting a team or not, and whether or not you're going to have a team. But even then, like I said, I don't know how to actually switch to teammates, even though you're supposed to just press left on the D-pad, and then it lets you gives you a selection of available teammates for your team. And the other thing I don't like too is to actually do a proper combo ender with a skill. You need at least 3 bars of ki, which is the yellow bar underneath the health. See, I always have to keep charging. Let's see if I can actually do a proper combo ender here.
I'm not done yet.
I'm actually trying to do a proper combo with the skill. Yeah, I don't know why I did that. It was supposed to go directly into the Kamehameha. One thing that the CPU loves to do is the perception blocks rather than just regular blocking. And that's kind of one problem a lot of people are having, is just how spammy the CPUs get with the perception blocks. When you go and fight against other players online, you rarely see the perception used. Unless you're using a dash attack and they have good good awareness, they will do a perception on your dash in order to get you to do that dodge that you just saw there, where you're just weaving through all the attacks. That's the one time you'll see a player use their perception blocks. Otherwise, you're not going to really see it used a lot, and people will just use a regular block, and then from time to time they'll do the counter. But against CPUs, this is why it's not so fun. Is all they're doing is perception blocks, so it's constantly breaking your combos, and it also wastes your ki too trying to do that, because you're trying to close the gap so many times, but then all they do is perception block, and then when they do the perfect perception, that's when you just start losing. I think you lose a bar or two of ki, if I remember right. So that's why this episode battle stuff is. I think if I were to give it a ranking out of 10, maybe a 3 or 4 out of 10. Maybe a 4, just because the only battles I found enjoyable so far, at least in Goku's arc, was fighting Zamasu and Goku Black in the Future Trunks arc. So those were some very good battles, because they weren't very spammy with perception from what I saw, even though from what other people have said on the forums, Zamasu in particular was very, very spammy with the perception. See, again, I don't know why they do the cutscenes like this. It's like almost like reading a comic. I don't even care about listening to what they have to say.
How can I resist? Doesn't matter who I'm up against. What just happened?
I flex my muscles the same way that I do before a time skip, just so that I can lure you in. Perk up those ears and listen carefully.
No way! Power goes higher and higher.
That should be good. No, I guess not. Still got hit though. See, they're.
Keep up the pace. Here it goes.
So from what I can tell, they'll always do two follow-up vanishes, and if you can manage to do the second follow-up vanish as well, they will not vanish the third attempt. That's what I've noticed so far.
The power of justice. United. Justice! It's fate! Super maximum light speed!
Okay, so far this isn't too bad of a battle.
I'm not done. Justice?
So far as the skills go, there's nothing cheap about the skills. Either you get hit by it or you dodge it. So that right there seems fair. The beams this time around actually do have somewhat of a homing effect. So if you're trying to hit them from range, the beams will actually have a slight bend to them to try and follow the enemies. So that's kind of a cool thing. These dash skills still need some. I think they still need some work because they miss way too often. They miss way more than they should be. Oh, fight's over. Okay. Yeah, those are my only gripes so far with the game. Otherwise, the game is fun. I finally got used to the controls, so it's way easier now to understand the mechanics. It's just fighting the CPUs themselves. It's way too spammy on the perception blocks, but I would still recommend getting this game. It is still fun. But if you played Xenoverse 2 for as long as I have, you're going to be struggling for first couple days, if not a couple hours, depending on how quickly you can adapt to the control scheme for Sparking Zero, because you only get two, which is classic and standard. Classic being the classic Tenkaichi style, and then standard is more of a modern take on their controls. But either way, you can't bind them, at least if you're on PC like me.
My ally, do what you feel is required. Do whatever fulfills your desire.
Again, why not just
fight so that you may claim the super
why not just make this a
Dragon Balls?
cutscene?
So, you finally decided to fight me after all this time.
It's just so lazy to do it like this. Where the cutscenes are so much better.
That's nuts!
Yes, who would have thought that one mortal warrior could release this much energy?
I don't know, maybe some people out there will like this style of storytelling or whatever this is supposed to be, but I don't like it.
Jiren defies common sense. He cannot be defeated. The power of his foe doesn't matter.
Jiren's got a lot of health bars. I've never seen that many in a Tenkaichi game before.
Worthless.
The game is really fast, though. Trying to get specific combos can be a little bit difficult, so it does take some time to get used to. Otherwise, if it's as close as you can get to a Dragon Ball type of, or Dragon Ball style fighting.
I'm not done yet.
I'm used to how fast-paced the game is. It's just when you get to these transformations like Super Saiyan and Super Saiyan God, the movesets do change a little as far as their attacks go. Their attack patterns get really, really fast. So you have to... It makes it a little bit difficult for you to adapt to your character once they transform.
Then I want it done right.
Goku!
You can take our energy too.
Jiren! Once you're out, I hope you don't regret giving me the time to finish this. Got a little something for you. This is everyone's power! The Spirit Bomb! Ah! Kaio 10 times 10! No! Times 20!
Huh. Oh, look at that. I guess that was one of the objectives here. Maybe this fight with Jiren can split off if you end it differently. I don't know.
This is what it looks like when the 7th universe unites! This is our spirit bomb! Seriously?
Impossible. He's pushing it away.
Dad's not done. He can power up and push back.
See, it just looks like he's just holding it rather than,
Kaioken times 10!
well, the cutscene again.
The spirit bomb has never failed us before!
It's over, Jiren. Victory is yours.
Yeah,
Goku, is that it?
I don't like still images. Oh, look. They just skip an important part on how he turns Ultra Instinct, and no, just like, yeah, that's why I'm saying you need cutscenes to kind of tell this story properly.
Something's different about him, that's for sure.
Yes, I'm sensing an incredible strength from him.
And I lost.
Energy is so calm, it gives me the creeps.
Let us watch and see what happens.
So that was 2 perceptions and back to back.
Even I have seen Goku in this curious state.
Justice trumps evil.
It's amazing. I've never seen my dad move like this before. Not in any form.
Yeah, his dodges are like that
Yeah,
too.
the combo string's a little different.
on? Kakarot, what have you become?
That was a perception I just pulled off. I don't do those often. Just it's preferable just to block. That right there was a perfect perception. That's the one time you actually want to use it because it'll cost their opponent ki. But you can only get it when they're trying to actually do a dash towards you.
There is no way to beat them.
See what this
The
does.
end for you.
Ooh, Goku has become so much stronger now. Goku, you got much stronger very suddenly.
Yes.
Finish uses against
Much more
Kefla.
amazing, too.
It's so wonderful! Oh, I hoped for this. But I have to admit, I wasn't sure if the Saiyan would ever be able
Coming
to
on how
achieve
sign
it.
is.
Autonomous Ultra Instinct.
It can't be. It's impossible. That's an extremely elite level of power. Difficult for even the highest gods to reach.
In this marvelous cosmos, wonders really do happen, don't they, my lord? He's now in uncharted
that's it.
territory. It remains to be seen what will happen to him.
You're wide open.
I mean, I hate when characters have explosive wave because that's just way for them to break your combos. Oh wait, I'm also fighting Dipso.
Gotcha.
Dispo. I don't know why I call him Dipso. See, look at that. I can't even get behind him like that because they just automatically know I'm gonna do that. And this is not even, I think this is just standard difficulty. I've never bothered to lowering the difficulty. I don't think I ever had to.
Take this.
I have no key to follow up with a skill. Yeah, I saw briefly that he automatically dodged, but I don't know how.
No longer fight.
I don't know if the dodging is based off key or your skill bar, your skill meter. I didn't want to chance it. I just want to finish this one. Okay, I think that is good enough for this video, but that's just my take on gameplay. Well, the game, I don't think I really talked about the gameplay, but the CPU's style is, they're ignoring the game's rules a lot, whereas the player is very locked by those set of rules. You have to really follow them. So it does get cheap from time to time, and you saw a lot of times when I would try and vanish or do a Z vanish, they would just instantly vanish it, counter me. So that's kind of the thing, but I think that's just a general thing when it comes to these fighting games. Although I don't think, yeah, I think when it comes to 3D fighting games in general, Xenoverse 2 had very similar CPUs where they're very cheap and just ignoring the rules that are set in place by the game, because those rules are specifically meant to be followed by the player, so it always restricts you to what you can and can't do. Whereas when you fight, the CPUs in any 3D space environment from a game like Xenoverse or Raging Blast, Sparking Zero, Tenkaichi, those kind of games, and I'm sure there's other 3D games out there that aren't Dragon Ball related, but I'm sure they have the same thing. CPUs won't follow the rules, but the game will restrict the player to following those rules. That's what makes them cheap. Otherwise, just stick to just playing online. Online with the players, it's so much more fun, so much easier to fight players than it is for CPUs. CPUs are way too unpredictable, whereas players will always be very predictable. Alright, that's it. Bye.